Bhopal Gas Tragedy, the night when the air became poisonous. Hello friends, welcome to Devtal. Today we will talk about the tragic event of that night in Bhopal when 3,687 people lost their lives. On the night of December 10, 1984, what happened in Bhopal, the capital of Madhya Pradesh, was not just an accident. It was the most horrific industrial massacre in history. This was the incident that snatched away thousands of lives, made millions ill, and left poison for future generations, death blending into the silence of the night. The Union Carbide India Limited, UCL factory, located on the outskirts of Bhopal, was known for producing the pesticide 7-methyl isocyanate, MIC, an extremely toxic chemical, was used in this production. After midnight on December 2nd, around 12:40 a.m., a leak of MIC gas began from tank number 610. Safety devices had failed, the cooling system was not operational, and all warning systems were inactive. Within minutes, the gas mixed into the air. This gas was heavier than air, so it spread close to the ground. Inside homes, in the streets, and even in hospitals, people experienced irritation in their eyes, and their breaths began to stop. The city of Bhopal was in deep sleep. Suddenly, people started waking up, with burning eyes, struggling to breathe, vomiting, and in a state of panic. Mothers were fleeing with their children, but the children were dying in their arms. People began to run, but their breaths were leaving them. Some died in their sleep, while others succumbed before reaching the hospital. By morning, the city was filled with corpses. The death toll, reality and lies. The initial government figure was 2,259 deaths. The Madhya Pradesh government confirmed 3,787 deaths. However, according to independent organizations and reports, over 8,000 people were killed in the first 2 weeks, and in the following years, more than 20,000 people died from illnesses. In a sworn affidavit filed by the Indian government in 2006, it was stated 558,925 people were directly affected, 38,478 people were partially affected, 3,900 people were permanently disabled. Who was responsible? The plant was owned by the Union Carbide Corporation, UCC, a multinational company from the United States. At that time, the head of the plant was Warren Anderson, who arrived in India a few hours after the accident, was arrested, but was soon released on bail and sent back to the US. With VIP treatment, the role of the government and serious allegations. At the time of the accident, the Congress government was in power in Madhya Pradesh, and the chief minister was Arjun Singh. Rajiv Gandhi was the prime minister at the center. People alleged that the government deliberately helped Anderson escape. The CBI was accused of deliberately creating a weak case, removing serious charges, and protecting the company. In 2010, 26 years later, only 8 employees were sentenced to just 2 years in prison. The outrage was so great that protests erupted across the country, but justice remained incomplete. Cleanup and compensation. Both incomplete Union Carbide reached a settlement with the Indian government and paid only 470 million, approximately R715 crores, in compensation in 1989, which amounted to just a few thousand rupees per person. Even today, the plant's premises are filled with toxic waste that has not been cleaned up. The land and water in Bhopal still contain poison. People are struggling with problems like cancer, lung diseases, and birth defects in children. Bhopal still asks questions. Do companies from wealthy countries value human lives in poor countries at a lower price? Do governments forget their own citizens under foreign pressure? Conclusion: a wound that is still fresh. The Bhopal gas tragedy is a warning of greed, negligence, and the nexus of power. It is not just history, it is a living wound. Even today, when we walk through the streets of Bhopal, there is a silence in the air. A silence that says, we will never forget. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you receive notifications for every video first.